Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Biohazard Candy Kid coming back at you here with another great video. So, what I have today in today's video is something very cool. Uh, I'm sure a lot of you have seen this stuff, all over the internet. You've seen it in the stores and stuff. But I'm gonna do my own video about this type of product. I'm gonna talk about it. Um, and stuff like that. Maybe I'll give a little bit of history, give you some details. I'm just going to talk about this product, okay? So, what I have here in front of me, down here, okay, is some walkie-talkies, okay? Now, this is a walkie-talkie, okay, that let me adjust the mic. This is a walkie-talkie. This one right here is one that I practically found. Somebody had dropped it on the ground at a place I used to work at. And I was like, a free walkie-talkie. Well, it wasn't on the ground. It was stuck in a tree. Like, they had left it there or whatever. It had some batteries in it. I took them out, threw them away. I said, I'll just use my own batteries. If I remember correctly, my memory serves me right. And I cleaned it up, stuff like that. Gave it a little wipe down, wiped it down a little bit, and stuff like that. And so then I was like, okay, well, I got a free walkie-talkie. And I had some at home already. They were Unidens. Sadly, one of them, the antenna part came off, so all that was left was the coil, the little flimsy, floppy coil. And then the other one, I was taking it to my buddy's house one day, and it dropped in the drainage in front of their house. The drainage on the street. So that one was perfectly fine. The antenna part wasn't broken. That one worked fine. So I don't have those ones anymore. So all I have is this one. Okay. That's not all I have, but that's the one. That was the only one left that I had. We didn't have any more in the house. So recently, just yesterday, basically here. Well, okay. Let me start by saying this. So there's a massive storm front coming in the south part of the United States, starting from like Texas, going all the way across to Florida, South Carolina. And when I mean Florida, I mean the very top of Florida, close to the South Carolina border, Tennessee, North Carolina, maybe the southern part of like New York, stuff like that. But it's mostly the southern region. Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, North Carolina, southern part of Tennessee, excuse me, southern part of Tennessee, and the northern part of Florida. And when I mean Texas, I mean like the southern, southeast Texas, stuff like that. And so we got this massive storm front that's coming, which was natural to begin with. Okay? Natural meaning it's something that comes every year, by Mother Nature. But then man had to come and mess with it. They had to cloud seed, starting from Alaska, bring it all the way down to California, and then bring it down here to the south. So they had to enhance it by doing cloud seeding, chemtrails, and you can check the links. You can check my other videos on this channel, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll go in depth about cloud seeding, about weather modification systems. I'll go in depth in that. I know a bunch of people have already done that for the past. What I mean is on the internet. I know people have already done that for the past 20 years on the internet, but I'm going to talk about it too. Because the more people talk about it, the more we can do something about it, okay? All right? So, what I did was, because this thing was coming, and I don't rely on one form of communication. As a matter of fact, I'll show you something real quick. You see this? A Heltec V3. This is a Meshtastic device. I have two cell phones. I have my old cell phone, and then I have the one I'm using now to record this video. And I have the Meshtastic app. And I always keep this plugged in, always keep it charged. I might take it out and maybe starting tomorrow in case the power goes out here, because they're predicting that we might have power out for like 2 weeks or something. So I'm going to take this out so it doesn't get fried. Even though it's on a surge protector, you never know with surge protectors, but I have this, okay. I have my cell phone, and not just one, but I have two of them. And then also this old walkie-talkie. Well, now I got two more walkie-talkies, okay? All right? So these walkie-talkies, okay? This green one, the two green ones you just saw, they can talk to this one, okay? They're your basic bitch camping walkie-talkies. The only difference between this one and this one is that this one also has GMRS, okay? Not just FRS. This one has GMRS. This one does not have GMRS. And this one, okay, not the only difference, this one also has NOAA weather, okay? Which, my computer's still down. I do have my RTL, okay, SDR radio, which I would use this connected to my computer and listen to NOAA weather or listen to whatever other channels I could pick up out there. But my computer's down and I don't have the software installed on anymore because I had to wipe most of my computer clean. I'm going to just do a driver wiper on it. But this right here would be how I would listen to NOAA weather, because I have I have like the antenna that came with it. I actually want to get some type of a Yagi antenna or some other different type of antenna. I have another antenna that one of my friends built for me. It's, I think, a 10 meter antenna. Like, it's for the 10 meter ham bands or something, but I'd have to, it's long. I'd have to set it outside. Here, I'll show it to you. Let's see. On second thought, I'll pull it out fully and show it to you. It's underneath a couch. It's way back in there. But that antenna, I'd have to like string it across, like from the room out the window, put it on top of the roof, or it's very long. And my buddy built it for me, so I can listen in on the 10 meter ham band if I wanted to. I know I can get some, whatchamacallit, some type of a app on here on my phone that allows me to use it with the RTL SDR, basically the SDR radio, but I don't want to do that. I can do it with my tablet. Basically I have different ways of getting information. Now, all those require power. If the power is out, that sucks. So then I have to rely on pieces of paper, walking to neighbors' houses, walking around the city to other people I know, yada, yada, yada. Yes, I can protect these, okay? I can protect I can protect all of them, you know, in Faraday cages. You can make one using aluminum foil. You can put them in the oven. The oven is an actual Faraday cage. A lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people do know that, okay? So I got these. Now these are, when I say basic bitch, camping walkie-talkies, what I mean by that is like, you know, if you're camping and then your group is going to go on a hike, okay, a group can consist of 2 or more people. You know, that's what these would be used for, you know. Yes, there are Baofangs. Yes, there are Yasus. There's other brands. You know, there's Motorola. There's Midland. Even, what's it called? Some of your hardware stores carry, like DeWalt makes some. I don't know if Milwaukee does or Craftsman or all that, but, you know, DeWalt makes, makes some walkie-talkies. But I got these from Walmart. These are Ozark Trail walkie-talkies. I don't know the exact name and brand. I have the box, but I put it away. But these are Walmart walkie-talkies. Now these are good for up to 1 mile within a city or neighborhood. So basically within a city, up to 8 miles if you're out in the water. So like if you're on a boat, you know, in the ocean, in the water. And then up to 16 if you're up on a high mountaintop, or if it, and there's nothing obstructing it, or you're out like, let's say, in the plains of Kansas, and there's nothing for 16 miles blocking the signal, just flat plains. Okay, so that's what these are good for. These are, okay, I'm going to explain something here. When they put on the label portion of the package of the product, waterproof, water resistant, they mean something totally different. When I was a child, I took swimming lessons, and there was a lady who had a camera. This was like a camera like this. Not this camera specifically, but a camera, you know, a camera like this. You know, I had a lens, all that. And it was a fully submersible type of camera. You could submerge that camera 10 feet underwater, 20 feet. It was like this. Like it didn't have a case on it. It was a camera that literally was 100% waterproof. You could go 10 feet in a swimming pool with that camera, 20 feet, and nothing would happen to the camera. It would work and all that stuff, okay? When they tell you, now, okay, actually, I'm going to stop there. Now I'm going to tell you water resistant. Water resistant is like, you have this, a little water splashes on it, or it's a light drizzle, okay? It's still going to function. And it's a light drizzle for like a day. But it's light, very light. Some products today, they put water resistant, but it's not actually water resistant. They will put that on there because psychologically they're trying to tell you, they're basically tricking you psychologically, because deep down inside you remember that, hey, I remember that camera a long time ago, submerged under 20 feet, it still worked. And that was water resistant. Or I remember seeing those Hollywood movies, not the movie itself, but, you know, I would see where they would show like the work being done in the movie, and they'd be out in some ocean, and they'd have a camera that could fully go, you know, 100 feet down in the ocean, water resistant, nothing would happen to it. So what they do on the packaging is they put water resistant because you have that mind, and you think, oh man, this is water resistant. Oh, I could drop it in the ocean. Oh, it'll work just fine. I could drop it in a lake. Oh, if it's heavy rain, to where it's gonna flood and everything, 2 inches, a flood, or 3 inches, 5 inches. I mean, or a foot of water, whatever. Like, they get you there when it's misleading, basically. What the product actually is it's just, did I say water resistant? I think I meant to be waterproof. So instead of being waterproof, it's actually water resistant. So it's like I said, if it splashes a little just right here and runs off, nothing's going to happen to it, okay? So these are water resistant, okay? So not waterproof. If I was to submerge these in a lake, if I go camping, and then all of a sudden I'm on the boat, and then this just drops in the water like that, that ain't gonna that ain't gonna save it. That's gonna kill it, okay? But if I'm if I'm out at the mountains, if I'm out camping, but then it's just some light rain, or I accidentally spill a cup, and it just is on the table and gets a little water on it, it's fine. So, and I'll do a video showing you how these work and stuff. But what I want to talk to you about is, you got to have a pair of these. A pair of 2, a pair of 3, a pair of 10. You got to have these. You can't just rely on your cell phone. You can't just rely on the Meshtastic. You can't just rely on even pencil and paper. You got to rely on everything. What do I mean, rely on everything? What I mean is, if you only have a pencil and paper, what happens if that pencil and paper gets wet, or it burns up, or something happens to it? Communication is done. What happens if your voice goes out? You can't go outside. You're sick. Communication is out. Like, if your voice goes out, okay, you can't talk on this, sure, but you get my point. If the only thing you have for communication goes out and you have nothing else, you're fucked. You're fucked. There's nothing you can do at that point. I mean, you can't be at the position where you gotta scram to, oh my gosh, now I gotta communicate somehow. Nope, you gotta have that prior. I already had one of these. I mean, we have our cell phones. I have my Meshtastic, but we only had one of these, which that wasn't going to serve us any purpose. What good is it going to do if there's only one in the house? So there's 3 of us in the house, so basically now we have 3. Now we can communicate. And if all things fail, okay, well it's total failure. If all forms of communication fail, we're all sick. The cell phones are dead. The cell phones blow up. The walkie-talkies blow up. Pencil and paper is blown up. If it's the movie 2012 or one of these disaster movies out there where it's cataclysmic whatever. Okay, well then it's cataclysmic whatever. But in this situation that we are in right now, where it's just gonna go to like -8 degrees or 8 degrees or whatever it is, and then it's going to be icy roads. It's just going to be like some people are calling it a snow bomb, or they're calling it Arctic apocalypse. I mean, hey, look. All it's going to be is just an amplified winter weather event, okay? Amplified because us humans have amplified it, with weather modification systems, okay? I'm gonna go outside here and I'm gonna do a little short showing you the skies and what they look like, and we'll talk about it. But literally, like, you want to have some of these laying around. Extra pair. If you only have 2, okay? If you only have 2, I would still suggest get an extra pair. There are some where they come in a 4-pack. Okay, There are some that come in a 3-pack, some come in a 2-pack. And then, of course, yeah, you can buy just one. They do sell like singles, but who would buy one? Like literally. Like who would do that? You know? I mean, unless they already have, 10 and you just want one extra 11, okay, all right. But if you, only have one, because like in my situation, you found it or someone gave you one for free, because their other one died and they had no use for the other one and they were going to buy a new pack anyways, well, get yourself some extras, okay? What I like about these, and I'll get more in depth in these, is that they have the NOAA weather, okay? Right here, this thing right here, okay? It has NOAA weather, and also it has lamp. It has, look, if you're out camping and you need to find something in your little bag, that you brought along with you, your backpack or whatever, camping bag you brought, it'll do just fine. If you need a light in your little tent, because you're charging up your other lights or maybe your other light, burned out, like if it's like a kerosene lamp, or you just happen to not bring out, your big lantern just yet. If you have this, okay, cool. Or you're out hiking and it's getting dark and you need to find something in your bag, a snack or whatever. This light will do just fine. But don't expect it to be a light like, the lights that are shining on me right now. These these 2 panel lights. Don't expect it to be that, okay? So I'll always have a pair of these. You can find these at Walmart, in store. You can also find them online. And, hey, I'm going to say something about Ozark Trail. There's a lot of people doing reviews on Ozark Trail products or products that you see at Walmart, but a lot of Ozark Trail products. And there's this, I'm going to get into this a little bit. There's still this energy that Walmart is crap, like Target, like how Kmart used to, like Kmart, the store Kmart, Target. I know Kmart's dead, but like when Kmart was active, Target, Walmart, these type of stores, people are like, oh, that's crap, that's shit, don't buy from there, it's whatever. I'm going to have to tell you something. I've been watching Walmart my whole entire life. And even in the 90s, Walmart didn't have crappy bicycles. They just had bicycles to a person, for people who, like, hey, $200, $150, $100, that's what I could afford, See, what has happened, though, is that Walmart said, hey, instead of having just these bicycles, why don't we start having bicycles from $200 to $400 in store? Why don't we start doing that and make them with components that you would see at a bike shop? We'll have to skimp out on some things, but other things we won't skimp out on. And that's what will make it $400, $300, $200. Because if we didn't skimp out on anything, then we'd have to start selling them at the $700 price point, which they do have some $700 bikes if you look on their website. But the thing is that, so the thing here is that Walmart never really had crappy stuff, okay? I mean, sure, everything on the planet is made cheaply, it breaks, it doesn't last forever, okay? It's not like, even look at the Roman Colosseum. Did the Roman Colosseum last forever? A part of it is destroyed. So that just tells you nothing lasts forever, okay? Even the part that's still standing, you can just take a finger and go poke, and it'll crumble. The only thing that lasts forever is just a cycle of life, okay? Because, I mean, things don't really die. They just go back to where they came from. So everything's still alive. But other than that, a lot of people are reviewing Ozark Trail products. Ozark Trail is Walmart's branded stuff. Like, it's basically Walmart saying, hey, we're going to get in on the walkie-talkie business. We're going to get in on the bicycle business, on the clothing business, the hats, and they're on products, for the electronic side, okay, they have on walkie-talkies, they have their TVs, their speakers, their keyboards and mice for computers, gaming controllers for consoles and computers. So like, there's nothing wrong with that, And why did I go with these? I could have gone with Midlands. I could have gone with, Motorola's. I could have gone with Baofengs. Baofengs are something I'm going to get into. Those require a license because they're ham radios. A lot of people have mixed reviews about the whole ham radio situation. You get in trouble. No, you don't get in trouble. No one has ever gotten in trouble. A lot of people have gotten in trouble. This and that. I'm going to stick with... I'm going to stick with this. All of that is correct. That you can get in trouble. Someone has gotten in trouble before. But not everybody has gotten in trouble. And it's best to get your license and operate with your license and call sign. Okay? But I went with these because, first of all, for the price, you get a little bit more than they're on walkie-talkies. Because I was looking at the on walkie-talkies a long time ago, and they had a 3-pack, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. 3-pack for $40? Basically 30, what was it? This was a long time ago. Now it's probably a little bit more. But like it was $38, $39, or $39.99, $40 basically. At least what I saw a long time ago on their website. And then I saw a pack here when I moved here, and I was like, oh, they have them. But I was waiting, because I was waiting for like a price drop or, whatever. But then I went back, and I didn't see them. All they had was the 2-pack. They had the Motorola's. They had the Midlands, and the other brand that you see everywhere. I can't remember the name. Oh, Cobras. So Midlands, Motorola's, Cobras, On, and then Ozark Trail. And then, so I went back to the camping section because I was like, wait a minute. I saw some walkie-talkies in the camping section. Let me check those out. Because these other ones are more like office type things. They're like, you work in an office building, stuff like that. The camping ones, they're for like certain types of situations in camping. Might be a little more rugged, might have a little more features. Let me see about that. And of course, what do you know? They had more features, and they were a little bit more rugged, and they had the IPX4 water resistant thing, whatever. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just get these. And the price was cheaper for 2 of them versus the On. Now, why didn't I go with like Cobra or Motorola or Midlands? You pay more for what? Because it comes with an earpiece? Because it has rechargeable batteries? Because what? Because it's Motorola? Because these do just fine. These, I guess I'm not going to do a full review right now, but I'll just show you maybe 2 things. So these, I took out the belt clip, okay? So these have a little latch right here on the bottom, okay? Right here, okay? A little locking mechanism, okay? And then I just lift this up. These take batteries. Now these are the batteries that came with it, so you get a total of 6 batteries. But these take 6 batteries, okay? All right. And then I guess there's something else you can do with these. I saw a video where a guy, I think he did something open. Oh, I remember. He put a piece of paper right here to remember all the codes and channels or whatever, But these take... Oh, let me see this. Oh, wow. That's... Okay, I'm just looking at the locking mechanism. But they take those, double A's, not even triple A's. because some walkie-talkies, like let me show you this other one, okay, and I took off the belt clip. This little small one, it takes 4 AA's. And I just realized, not today, but yesterday when I was, examining these, I was like, hey, this only takes 3 batteries. So that saves a battery. Whereas this takes 4, nothing against it, but it's like you're using 4 batteries. Whereas this, you're only using up 3, per walkie-talkie. And you have to keep that in mind too. And there are some, I guess, out there that take just like 2 batteries, and stuff like that, 2 AA's. But I got these because it takes AA batteries, and AA batteries are everywhere. AAA's are everywhere, but AA's are the more common ones. And so, and I'm like, so I got those. That's one of the reasons why, And then, okay. So I remember what I was going to say. I got it because one of the reasons is because it takes, okay. Man, I'm not thinking straight. One of the reasons I got these walkie-talkies is because it utilizes AA batteries. It does not utilize rechargeable batteries. You can put rechargeables in here. I'm talking about rechargeable AA's, but it doesn't have a recharging pack. It doesn't have a USB connection for recharging, and you do not want those. And a lot of walkie-talkies have that. Now there are walkie-talkies, the ON ones, the 3-pack, it actually is dual. You can put a rechargeable battery pack in there because it comes with one, or you could put AA batteries in there. Okay, it's like this. You want to see a really cool light, which I wish I had like 1,000 of these. This light, okay, this is the back side, okay? This is just the panel that you can put on the front. If you want to change color, but I don't use that color because I have no use for it. Then why'd you get that light for? This light came with a bundle. It came with a camera, not a camera bundle, but a camera stabilizer bundle that you can put your phone on. It's for cell phones. So, but anyways, this has a rechargeable battery, and then I can put some. Let's see, what can I put in here? I forgot. Damn, what? AAA's? I forgot now. But basically, yeah, I could put AA's in here. So I see I could have the rechargeable battery, and then I could put some other batteries in here when this dies. I like the dual technology. I like the dual battery setup. That's what I'm into. And then I'm also into just AA or AAA. But rechargeable stuff, yeah, okay, I have a rechargeable light here. But once these are out, they're out. Meaning, when the shit hits the fan, and you can't recharge your shit with anything because it's all out, you have to resort back to stuff like this. That's it. So that's what you want to look for in walkie-talkies. Yes, Baofengs, they come with these, rechargeable batteries. I get it. You can buy extra batteries for them. That's the nice thing about it. But some of these walkie-talkies, they have the thing built in, and you can't buy an extra battery for it, and you're screwed. You're fucked. There's nothing you can do. Because you can't take it out. You can't exchange. You can't. Nope. This back is a solid piece. You can't take out the battery and replace it with an extra one. But the Baofengs you can. Some other walkie-talkie brands you can. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So if you're going to get Baofengs, make sure you get a bunch of extra batteries. And when you get your Baofengs, just because I've researched them a little bit, get the tall batteries, the ones that last longer, and keep them charged. Recharge them, keep them charged, and stuff like that. And then, yes, you can have a bunch of rechargers on hand, or power banks, as they call them. You can have a bunch of those on hand, but like I said, if all that, yes, okay, if this fails too, then this fails, okay? But what I'm saying is that you want to have options. You don't just want to, what's it called? You don't want to be someone who doesn't have options, okay? Because if you don't have options, then you just have one thing, you know. Like I had this one, and I had put this in my car, which wasn't gonna. It was gonna do me some good because other people can pick me up on other channels if I'm camping out somewhere, you know, by myself, or let's say I'm with someone and he doesn't have walkie-talkies or she doesn't have walkie-talkies, but I have one. You know, I can scan for other people and say, hey, you know, help, you know, we're over here at, you know, Ridge 9 and we need some help. Like, yeah, okay, but me and my party better have some, okay? And so I think these other trails are fine. You can buy whatever you want, okay? You can buy whatever you want. As a matter of fact, there's a video I might, I'm going to screen record it, and I'm going to post it, and it's of this guy, what's his name, Project Farm, I think, or something. It's a guy who reviews products, okay? He has had his channel for a very long time, like I think like 20 years now, or 16 years, like a very old channel, and he has like a southern accent, and he's a guy who reviews everything. Like he even reviews like different types of oils for your vehicle. He does all the testing, and he just released a video, I think this year, or 2 months ago, reviewing different walkie-talkies. Now these weren't in here, but he reviews walkie-talkies from all different brands, all kinds, and stuff like that. I haven't seen the full video yet. I just started watching it yesterday or whatever. But I'm gonna put a link to his video, and so you guys can see, you know, like which is the best for, you know, which is not the best. So you can make your own decision, you know, and stuff after that. He doesn't have every walkie-talkie on the planet from every brand, you know, but he has, you know, some of the major ones. But these aren't bad. I have no problem with these. The On ones aren't bad. Midlands aren't bad. Cobras, Motorola's, Baofangs, Yasu's, you know, I don't know, Chiwus, Chingangs, whatever. I mean, Chiwu and Chingangs aren't really brand names, but you get my point. All of them are great. You know, as long as you can communicate. See, okay. As long as you can communicate with them, that's it. You know? I was going to get into something here, and then I backtracked and thought, maybe I shouldn't, but then I was like, oh, let me just do it anyways, because I want to save it for the review of this, but I'll do this part right now. So this walkie-talkie, what I love about it is right here, okay, right here. It's push to talk, and it's easy, because you hold the walkie-talkie like this, and I'm pushing right here to talk. Hello, hello, come in, I'm at base camp, okay? These don't have that. They're not like that. It's right here in the middle, and it gets in the way of these two things. Unless you go like this, like I'm going to hold it like this, unless you know, have your, like, unless I put my thumb like this, then it's not in the way. But that's stupid, because then you're in the way of the microphone. So right off the bat, if it was right here, it'd be fine, because it's also natural too. Or on the other side, you know, where these two fingers are, these two right here, these two, you know, trigger fingers, whatever, that's fine, because see, it's natural. See, here, it's natural. Right here is natural. I mean, I guess this is something natural too, but, you know, doing it this way. But, like, I don't know, like, no matter the size of your fingers or hands, it's not bad. I'm just saying it's just something that, you know, like, just be careful. You know, it does get in the way of this right here. the channel button, and then the volume button. If you really have long fingers or stuff like that, you know, you reach over, you know, if you reach over like that. But other than that, it's a solid, you know, product. You know, so these aren't bad. I'm gonna do a full review on these once, you know, I get around to it. I was trying to keep this under 30 minutes. No, well, under 40 minutes, but I'll go a little bit over. So yeah, I just want to say that if you don't have any extra stuff, or all you have is, you know, your cell phone, get a pair of these. And do not use your cell phone as a walkie-talkie just because you don't want to buy walkie-talkies. Use your cell phone as a walkie-talkie, but also buy a pair of walkie-talkies. However many pairs you need. You know, pair of 2, pair of 3, pair of 10. You get the point. Okay? So just be prepared. Stay prepared. And what's coming in the South is nothing to worry about. All it is just something natural that then got amplified by human beings because they were cloud seeding, okay? They were manipulating the weather. Yes, for an agenda. Yes, it's for the Great Reset, okay? Stuff like that. And that's about it, you know? So, and I'll talk more about walkie-talkies, you know, communication systems later on. At least, you know, to the extent that I can, because I don't know everything, you know, and stuff like that. So, all right, well, I'm going to go out and I'm going to try to see, because I'm looking out the window, I'm going to try to see if I can do a little video using this phone of mine, and I'm going to show you the sky a bit. And then, yeah, I'll... Oh, and for the next few days, I'll even post stuff and show you, like, how cold it is and what's happening and stuff like that. Keep you guys posted, all right? Alrighty, Boz, the Candy Kid's going to be signing out, and I'll see... You'll see me in the next video. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit the Cash App. It's on my front page, my front YouTube page. And then... you can go check out my Anchor FM. I haven't posted anything there in a while. I might redo my Anchor FM. I might do a new one. And then, like always, make the world a better place. Go help out your neighbors. See if, you know, somebody needs, you know, something done. You know, help your community and stuff like that. Alrighty? Alrighty. So I'm going to get to doing this next video. And I'll see you guys soon. Alright? Peace, peace.